Good morning, everyone. I would like to introduce you to a website that I often brings my students to learn more about themselves. They may not understand what it is that they're looking at, but this is kind of like something that I show them from time to time to understand that this is a part of them and how it is their brain is working. To me, it's educational because it talks about the synapses and the many things that goes on in the brain of a person that's autistic. And my research surrounds that, so figured why not. Speaking of which, this also mentions pruning, vital process of brain pruning. That part also became kind of fascinating during my research, and which I thought I'd share with my students. Um, During normal brain development, a burst of synapses formation occurs in infancy. It's particularly pronounced in the cortex, which is central to thought and processing information from the senses, which is your higher order functioning, higher order thinking, processing, things of that nature. So I thought this would be fun to bring them to. So I also showed them that there's more than one like company out there that advocates for them and things that their families can do to get involved, such as adult services and autism apps and technology, things like that. Resources that their families can do to get involved in to kind of help them out. They even have a research firm, a research facility actually, that is doing a lot towards autism. And then those who can advocate for them. There's a lot of states that advocates for people with autism. They are in the Special Olympics. There's funding. There's different things that they can look at, and then they can get involved in a walk or attend an event, things like that, things that are important. So they just don't seem like that it's just one thing. And when I say one thing, I mean autism just being something that a lot of people turn their back on. I want them to understand themselves and how they are, and just different things. I mean, this may not seem to be something that you would tell someone who's autistic, but I believe it's important for a person to understand who they are and the things that's going on with them. I've had to learn a lot of that when it came down to myself and certain things. So I wanted them to definitely understand what it is that's going on. Now there was some other things too that asks what is autism. Okay, what is autism? It gives you a overall rundown actually. First concern, learn the signs, getting screened, accessing services, which is usually hard considering that I don't know, the state of Indiana just makes things difficult. And things that they can think like services like ABA, which is accessing services. Let's go in there for a quick second. They have ABA services to help the child who is autistic to learn basic life skills such as reading, brushing the teeth, toileting, that kind of thing. Um, Interventions that can get the child on track for school. Um, and different things about how they can understand and learn more about autism and know that there are other children out there like themselves. It may not be a good thing, maybe for them to know, but I believe it's a good thing for them to know. And they can learn more, their families can learn more, and autism therapies and supports. As I stated already, that there are services out there that can help them with their growing and learning. Just because they're autistic does not mean they can't learn like other people, which I believe they can. Mine does. Um, they can learn like if they have severe dysarthria, which is basically severe delayed speech, then they can get therapy that can help them with developing their speech. And if they cannot speak for themselves at all due to a broca of aphasia, then they have assistive technology. And that's something else that's on this website that they can use. They can access, learn about, and their parents can help them out with. So this has really been helpful in helping them understand themselves and how they learn. And from time to time, I bring them here to show them that there are things that they can do and there are services out there for them. And the fact that just, a teacher like me, there's no one that's going to turn their back on them. So I'm hoping that this is helpful in those understanding how I teach children with autism. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed my video.